Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Outdoorowy podcast, and today we will be talking about this stove. So here we go, Vargo titanium hexagon wood stove. Alright, so few advantages and disadvantages of this stove. From titanium, which is very lightweight. It's quite slim as well, so it can fit into your backpack or your pouch very nicely. It has its own sheath. It's a nylon sheath, but it's a good quality sheath. When you open it, there's a space, so you can put your essentials like Swiss Army knife or your fire starter or the tablet of solid fuel. It fits in and you can store it so you can't lose it. This is my cooking pouch, and that's the stove inside the pouch with my canteen cup. As you see, it fits very well and takes no space, and it's really lightweight as well. Alright, so let's take it out from the sheath. As you see, it's built quite nicely because it's assembled, partially assembled, so there are no separated parts. Now, to assemble the stove, you simply put few things together, click them like that, and here we go. That's the stove. Now, what you can burn in it? You can burn almost everything that burns. So the wood, paper, solid fuel, and what's actually really good is that you can use this as a windshield. So now you can see the assembled stove. It's got moving door here, so you can close it or open it, and you can use it to feed a fire while it burns. You know, you can use twigs or other fuel. Stove could be used as a windshield for example your alcohol stove. You just place your alcohol stove inside and you can start cooking, and it's protected from the wind. You can close the door like that, or you can just keep it open to control the fire. So it's a really nice item for your kit when you hiking or you're into a bushcraft or survival kind of stuff, and you would like to cook on real fire, not the gas stoves or the other stoves. So you can actually start a fire here inside, and you can cook your food on top of the stove, which is a really nice option. So this is my canteen cup on the stove. So I think it's a nice piece of kit if you are into a bushcraft or survival. It gives you the opportunity to cook on the real fire, not on gas. So if you're into that, I think you're going to be very happy with the item. However, there are a few disadvantages of the stove. So the first disadvantage is this way how they put those parts together. There's a bolt between each of the part, and basically it allows it to move it like that. But it can get loose, and if it can get loose, it will come out from either of the sides, and you can lose it, which could be very annoying if you're not careful enough and you take out your stove from the sheath. The bolt can drop on the ground and you can't find it. So you need to be very careful when you're taking out the stove from the sheath. Second disadvantage are those holes over here. So they're supposed to deliver the oxygen to the fire. The problem is that if you place it on soft ground like this, where leaves and and dirt like that, the oxygen cannot get through the surface over here, and basically it will be very difficult for you to start a fire. Just with the door open, it's not enough. It's supposed to have an oxygen coming or air coming from the bottom of the stove, and it doesn't have it because it's blocked. Next disadvantage is actually connecting to the same issue over here. If you place it on the wet ground or ice or snow, for example, it will be very difficult for you to start a fire because it's gonna absorb the heat, and so you need to make sure that you always place the stove above the ground like that. I don't know, you could find a stone or a piece of wood that you could place it. It's going to be much easier for you to start a fire if you want to use this stove when it's above the ground, not touching the leaves or the dirt like that. And the other disadvantage is that the space over here on the top of the stove is not small enough to fit the bottle. So if I want to cook, I want to boil water in my stainless steel bottle, I have to use something to or like a tent peg or something like that to actually to create a space for cooking. Except that this stove is perfect for cooking on real fire. I mean, at least some kind of imitation of real fire. When you don't have ability to create a proper fire, you can just start the fire inside and cook it on it, which is quite good. And for me, it works really well. I can use different types of fuel. I can use it as a windshield, and it works really well. So if you're thinking of buying this, it's good piece, it's good quality, and you need to think when you're using it. It's not, idiot proof. Okay, and now a little bit of demonstration over here. So we have the stove, we have a alcohol burner inside, and we cooking some water for my tea. As you see, it works as a windshield really well. So the fire could easily be pointed out at the canteen cap and concentrate the heat in the middle. You can see that the walls of the stove are creating an angle over here, and the heat is concentrated at the top, so it's supposed to cook quicker than the normal stove. So another good thing about the stove is that you can control the fire by just closing the door like that, or opening if you want more oxygen. So if you want to open it, you can just open it and you deliver more oxygen to the flames. So I would recommend this piece to everyone who is into hiking or bushcrafting or even survival. For me, it's a perfect combination. The stove, so I can use the solid fuel, I can use wood, I can use paper, or I can use it like that with the alcohol stove. So if I'm hiking through some windy terrain, I can use it as a windshield. So that's it, guys. That was my review or opinions or comments about Vargo wood stove. Please let me know what you think about it. Like it, share it. See you next time.